What is up, Affluent Squad? My name is Mr. CEO Alex, and I'm back with another episode. Today, I'm gonna switch it up a bit. I'm gonna be doing the analysis of my phone instead of TradingView. Now, most persons have been DMing me on Instagram, letting me know, "Hey, can I trade on my phone? Can I use my phone alone?" So I kind of came up with the idea to do a top-down analysis of how to break down pairs, like from monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hours, and such. On your phone instead of TradingView. So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a like on the video if you learned something, and don't forget to comment below if you like this video, and if you would like to see other analysis on my phone. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into the video. And I'm going to start off with GBPUSD. So right off the bat, this is the MetaTrader 4. MetaTrader 4 I'm using, and these are just the pairs that I trade: GBPJPY, Gold, US CAD, AUD, USD, USDCHF, USDJPY, GBPUSD, Euro USD. So I'm going to start off with GBPUSD because I believe that this is a very interesting pair. So right off the bat, we're on the monthly time frame, and if we touch the middle of the screen, we're going to see over the left side, we're going to see the time frames. So we see M5, M15, M30, H1, H4, daily time frame, weekly, and monthly. So right now we're on the monthly time frame. Okay? And right off the bat, we can clearly see that price is at a major key area. Now, if you know how to use if you know what to do, you can see that price is at a major key area. You can see that price is doing something every time it touches this area. Every time price touches this area, we can see that something's going on. So right off the bat, we're gonna touch here and go to my horizontal line, and then I'm gonna touch on the line. Now, if you know me, you know that the banks like to trade. I always preach this: the banks like to trade at a round number. So don't just put your support and resistance at some random odd places. The banks always like to trade at round numbers. So if you look, I'm putting 140 because I'm rounding it off. So if you look, you can clearly see. Let me zoom in. You can clearly see that price normally tries to come to that area. So as you can see, price comes to 140 and then rejects and go back up, and then price comes back down to the area, did a false breakout there, did a false breakout here, and rejects and come back up, and then price did a false breakout here also, and then retraced downside. So now we're back at this area again, and we're just waiting to see what is going to happen. Now we're seeing that the month is about to close, and we're seeing that the monthly candlestick is showing bearish at this time frame, at this level 140. Now if we go to the weekly time frame, by the way, before I go to the weekly time frame, what we see here on the monthly time frame is a W, or a double bottom. We can see that a double bottom was formed right here, and then once a double bottom is formed, we know that price always makes a higher low and continue to the upside. So what we're expecting for price to do is to close bearish at this level, and then next month we should see a break to the upside to retest to continue to the upside, right? So that's what the W always do. The W always do something like this, come back to the neckline, and then continue to the upside. And as you can see, this was a W, and then this was the inside candlestick, and then we should expect a continuation to the upside on GBPUSD. Now, if we go to the I hit the daily. If we go to the weekly time frame, as you can see on the weekly time frame, we saw a reject. We saw a reject with this long wick showing a sign of weakness. Bears are pushing the market downward. However, the trend line is still holding this pair. So we're still intact with the bullish momentum. So I'm expecting for this week, we should see a strong bullish momentum to break this level to the upside for GBPUSD. If we go to the daily time frame, right, we're seeing a false breakout there, and then a retest here, right? and then we're seeing a M pattern right there, and then now we're seeing the market is coming up. So what I'm expecting for price to do is to try to retest the 140 area again to try to see if it can break it, because we're still in a bullish momentum, guys. So don't forget, not because we're seeing the market going down, we're gonna look for sells. We wanna look at the trend first. So what is the trend? The trend is up. We're in an uptrend, right? So we're gonna try to look for buys whenever we get a pullback. All right. So if we look at the RSI as well, we can see that the RSI is close to 30. So it's possible that the market might actually break and continue to the upside. If we get a weak dollar this week, we can get a strong bullish momentum to push this pair to the upside. Now, if we go to the 4-hour time frame, I think it was a 4-hour time frame. Let me double check. If you go to the 4-hour time frame, price is trying to break above 138. So let me put another one here. So price came to 138. Remember, the banks like to trade in round numbers, right? So 138, boom, boom. Cool. So 138 is this level now. So we're on a 4-hour time frame. Now we can see things clearer, right? So we're on the 4-hour time frame, and we see that price broke and retest here, and then went all the way up to this area, and then came back down to confirm right here again as support, and then confirm here as resistance, and then failed to break below there, confirm here as resistance again, and then finally break below, and now confirming here as resistance. So what we have to do first is to wait until we get a break above 138 to continue back to the upside. Now remember, guys, don't trade predictive, always trade reactive. So whatever the market does, that's what we do in the market. We don't just jump in because we see that price is doing something. We have to wait for confluence. We have to wait for confirmation, right? Now, if we look on the RSI, we saw that the RSI was oversold, and that's the reason why we're seeing this bullish momentum to the upside. So it's a possibility that this is the break below the 138, and then we're getting a retest of the 138 to push below. So what we have to do now is to wait for this area. We have to wait for this area on the 4-hour time frame to see if price is going to finally break above and then confirm back 138 as support, because it's now acting as a resistance. Once it break above and then confirm it as support and have a close on the 4-hour time frame above 1.38, then we will be able to enter a buy, put a stop loss below, and then enter a buy to 140. However, if price fails to break above 1.38, then we unfortunately would actually have to look for sells, short-term sells to the next support area around 135. So that's just the breakdown of the GBPUSD, guys. Now let's just jump into another pair real quick. Let me go back. Quotes. So let's go to USDCHF. Now, I already made mention on this back in my previous video. We saw that price on the monthly time frame is currently, well, as you can see on the RSI, price created a W pattern. So we're currently seeing that the market is at a resistance area. Now, let me just put it on the chart, 0.94. I always remember, guys, the banks like to trade in round numbers, 0.9400, boom, put it there. And if we look back, if we go back, we can see confluence, we can see confirmation that the market has been retesting and rejecting this area for quite some time. We can see that on that area. So now that we got, initially, the first thing we're going to do is to look at the trend. What trend are we in overall on the monthly time frame? We're in a bearish market, right? We're in a bearish market, right? So we're going to look for sells on the USDCHF. Now, what we see is that the market was previously above 0.94, and then we get a broken support. Once price breaks the support, I always look for a retest to confirm that area as resistance to push downward. Always remember that. So a broken support, the market will come back to retest that area as resistance and then continue in the direction of the monthly area of the monthly trend. Now we're looking to see on the monthly time frame if price closes above 0.94. If the market or price close above 0.94 for USDCHF, then we will wait on the 4-hour time frame to see what the market is doing, to see if we will get actually a bearish momentum back to the downside, because sometimes that can be a false breakout, right? But currently we're seeing that the market is close to 0.94 area, and it's around, today is the 28th. So we have a couple more days until the market closes. So we're just waiting to see what the market does. But for me, I'm bearish on this pair. I'm looking to enter a sell. We're just waiting for the month to close, but I'm looking for a sell on this pair. If we go down to the weekly time frame, we can see that we're seeing some wick rejections right here. We're seeing some wick rejections right there on the weekly time frame. Last week, the market closed below again. So I assume that this week we can see some bears jumping into the market to push this market down to downside, probably around 89. We would probably have to draw the Fibonacci for this one to see where would be the next take profit area. But yeah, that's what I'm expecting for this price to do a pullback. Potentially what I would do, because I'm seeing where price break the last high. So if I grab my Fibonacci and pull it from this low to this high, right? What I would do is to sell the pullback to around the negative 61.8 area, which is around 0.9250. 0.9250 area right here. I'll probably do a sell right there. As you can see, we're seeing some rejections right there. Price came back up and then finally broke, and then broke strongly to 0.94. So I would probably sell to around 0.9250 again, and then close my trade and wait to see if price is gonna try to break 0.94 again on the weekly time for this pair. If we look on the daily time frame, we're seeing that the market closed below 0.94. As we can see, we're seeing that the market closed below 0.94. Plus, we were overbought on the RSI right here. We're overbought on the RSI. So I'm looking for, this looks like an overextended M pattern to me. So I'll be looking for a sell. Like I said, to 90.250 around this area, and then potentially buy back to confirm the neckline of the M to the downside. So that's what I will be looking for on this pair. But right now I'm bearish for this pair. I'm bearish for all US pairs at this moment, because last week or for the past few weeks they've been on a trend, bro. I don't know. They've been on like this strong bullish momentum, and they've been on a trend, bro. So back to GBPJPY, the last one I think I'm gonna do before I close off this video. I want to make this video a little bit short. For GBPJPY, if we go on the monthly time frame, we can see price is currently at a neckline area. Let me show you. This time I'm gonna take out my rectangle. So whenever price comes to this area, just so you can see it better. All right, perfect. So if we go back all the way back in 2002, we can see that this area around 151.250 is a major key area. We can see a break and retest, continue to the downside. excuse me, we can see a break and retest, continue to the downside. Then we see a finally break, then a consolidation right here, then a break and retest right there. So for me, this area looks like a very good spot to watch, and we're seeing that the momentum of the candlestick is getting smaller and smaller as it approaches this area. So, and on the, I think it's on the weekly time frame. Yes, on the weekly time frame, the RSI is very, very, very overbought. I think it was over 78 or so on the weekly time frame. So for me, I'm going bearish on this pair. As we can see, look at the candlesticks. It's just been in this trend line for quite some time. It's just been in this trend line for quite some time. So I'm looking to go bearish on this pattern, on this pair. As you can see, 151 is the area that I'm looking to initiate a sell. What I would do is to probably go on the 4-hour time frame, right? As you can see, we're seeing the W pattern here. So usually after a W, you know that the price always come back to the neckline. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go sell this pair to the neckline around 149.250, right? 149.250 area, and then close out and wait to see what the market is doing. And if you think I guess that area, guys, you can just pull out your horizontal trend line and just put it there. 129. Let me just add it there and show you guys that it's a major key area. 129.250. Boom. There it is. And as you can see over here, reject. If we go all the way back, we can see that this is a major area. There it is again. Right. So that's what I'm looking for this pair, to sell it to around 149.250 area, and then watch to see if price is gonna continue to the upside. But this market is very, very overbought. So I'm looking to go ahead and sell this pair. Hopefully we can potentially get it lower. We can actually sell this pair to maybe around, because if we pull the Fibonacci, let's see, if we take a Fibonacci from the impulse was around this area to this area, we can actually sell to around the 0.61.8 on the Fibonacci area. So around 141.250 area is a good place to close out the trade. As you can see, the market, as you can see, we can see rejects there. We can see price consolidated and then finally break and then consolidated above, then break, retest. So long term, this could potentially be a good trade if we sell all the way down to around 141.250, because the yen is a safe haven close to the dollar and the GBP. So whenever there's inflation in the market, the traders like to trade these pairs: GBP, JPY, and the US dollar, and also gold. And speaking of gold, that would probably be my last pair that I go ahead and take a look at. For me, I've been scalping gold because it's pretty tough. The market is pretty tough, but right off the bat, I can clearly see that gold is back into a major support area right here. We can see that price is at a major support area. As you can see, it was resistance there and then finally broke above, and then now price is confirming that area as support. So what I expect from the pair to do is to close with maybe like a doji on the monthly time frame and then continue to go on the upside, because coming soon, the stimulus check is going to create a lot of inflation in the market, and when there's money spending and inflation, that's when gold will take off. So I do believe that gold is going to actually take off to sky high. So you just got to be patient and just wait for a proper setup and a proper entry to go in. Yeah. So if we pull it from this low to this high, we can see that the 61.8 is currently lined up to where the market is retracing at this moment. So I do believe that this month is going to close somewhere in this area around 1750, and then next month we should see gold move to the upside. So that's what I'm currently looking forward, guys. So all right, guys, yeah, that's basically my analysis on the phone. If you learned something, don't forget to leave a like on the video. It really helps my YouTube algorithm, guys. If you want to join my Telegram group, you can DM me. You can shoot me a DM on Instagram at Mr. CEO Alex. And the cost to enter my Signals group is $80. You get access to my course, lifetime access to my course, 6 months access to my Signals group, and you also receive the Holy Indicator that you can use on the MetaTrader 4 app on your PC. So if you're interested, definitely shoot me a message on Instagram and I'll definitely get you enrolled. But yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.